Okay, check, check, check. Hey, hey, hey. So I figured I'd just gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit. I wasn't really sure what to do for this afternoon, so I figured, you know what? I'll just jump on a live stream, hang out a little bit. I have a song pulled up, a live recording pulled up. I just figured I could goof off with some plugins, maybe have a little Q&A. I don't know. So I figured I'd just kind of see what happens. So let me know that you can see this okay. If you would, just comment so I know who's here, who's hanging out. It's always really cool to see people because I get to know the names and stuff, and it's really good to see you guys. So yeah, I'll just kind of hang out here for a sec. Well, I'm sorry you're eating, but hey, you know. Oh, and before I forget, if you look in the description, there is a link for the AudioMovers live feed. So you can actually listen to what I'm doing live. There's a little bit of a delay, half a second. I wonder if it's going to be way ahead of the stream, though. That's going to be interesting. Okay. Well, we'll just test it today, but it might be way ahead of the stream. See here. I think I have about excuse me. So it's like 2 or 3 seconds of delay. Okay. Okay, let's see if that works. Maybe that'll work a little bit better. So yeah, check out the AudioMovers link in the description and paste it, mute this video, and turn on the audio for that browser window. All it is a browser window, and you get 24-bit audio. I have this mic going into there as well, so you don't miss out on my explanation. You don't have to quit. You don't have to keep going back and forth and muting one, unmuting the other. It's the same audio stream in both places. So just mute your video, for the audio, and for the audio portion, open a separate browser with that AudioMovers stream. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the delay is right now, but I'm watching kind of the screen and I'm kind of getting the sense that it might be only a few seconds today. Maybe I have a different setting, or maybe it was the wrong setting before. So my video workflow is actually it's it's kind of changed. Kind of my traditional workflow, the one that I use to make all the videos where I have things tightly edited, I'll just film things, as I can and then piece them together. So I'll film the audio demos and experiments, then I'll kind of make a judgment as far as like, okay, did I like that? Did what I expect to happen actually happen? And if I think the audio experiment came out good, then I'll be like, cool, okay. I remember it was like the third take. That was the one that, I like the best or whatever. And file that one away, maybe do a few other things. And so I kind of make mental notes as far as like what worked, what didn't. But then I also go back and review the audio files before I actually film the talking section of the video. And then I'm like, okay, so go back review, and then I kind of make some notes about like, okay, noticeable like top end, the low end is better on this example than this example. So then I go in and basically just go into the other room and talk about the stuff. And that's kind of the final piece, is that dialogue section. And then I import all the footage into Adobe Premiere. I sync up the the audio files with the video files. It's really pretty easy. The terrible camera audio is just used for that purpose. It's nothing else. So I sync those up, and then sync up the recorded mic, overhead mic from the dialogue section. Sync that up. Do a rough edit, chop it up, make some space for those demos, drop them in. Make it tighter and more tighter and more tighter and more smooth, and next thing you know, you get pretty much the whole edit done. That's my traditional workflow. Now this workflow here, it's a little bit different because I've been using this ATEM Mini Pro ISO, and so what it does is it enables me to kind of switch on the fly. And so I actually could use multiple cameras as a single webcam source, but I'm not doing that. I'm actually just like going directly from this unit to YouTube, and theoretically that's better, kind of in lots of ways. I guess lighter on the computer and stuff. So that's kind of my workflow, is I can record from that, and it's kind of confusing because sometimes it's like, well, I could, do the more traditional way and piece things together, but then that takes 4 to 6 hours to make a video edit. Or I could literally have things kind of set up and then on the fly, switch around. And that actually is really effective. It's more conversational, which could be good or bad depending on how you look at it, but it's really effective because if I can do a video and just literally just say in 10 minutes what I want to say, and for it to be very smooth with the editing, I can be talking to the camera and I, reach over with my left hand, I'm going to go to the DAW, and then I go to the DAW and then looking at the camera now, and then I bring it back to the camera up. If I can do that where it's super smooth, I mean, I literally can film a video in 10 minutes and be uploading it, within a minute. So it's pretty incredible. It doesn't work with everything, but it's really powerful. So yeah, that's a little bit on my workflow. This here is a Blackmagic 4K Pocket. I have 2 of them now, and I also have my original, which is up there. And yeah, it's a little bit about my my video setup. Yeah, so I guess it kind of depends. I mean, as far as how quickly do I start editing after I film, a lot of times I kind of work on a quick schedule because the longer it sits on my computer, the less likely it is that I'll ever make an edit from it. So it's better if I film it and like edit it the next day or within a couple days. So yeah, I try to kind of work fast. The faster you work, the fresher it stays, the more energy you have to keep up with the project and see it through. That's kind of my trick. So, top 3 overhead mics. This is a good one. Let's say, well, I mean the AEA R88. It's got to be number 1. I mean, that's just fantastic, right? Let's go cheap. Let's go like a Lewitt 440 Pure, a pair. That actually works great. I was very pleasantly surprised with that result. Sounds great. I mean, the 640 has a little bit smoother top end, a little bit fuller lows, but we're talking very, very tiny. So Lewitt 440 for cheap. Expensive would be the R88A. That's what I have currently. Sounds amazing. And then let's say small diaphragms. I really like the Soyuz 13 with the Omni caps. Those sound really nice. The FET with cardioids they're almost too bright for me. So I really like the Omnis instead. And I also have a pair of the 13 tube, and those are a little bit more mellower, and so the cardioid sounds great with those. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else, but that's probably top 3 what I would do. Yeah. So let me know if anybody has actually tried the AudioMovers feed and if it's working properly. It looks like it's working properly. I'm looking at the numbers here. So all you do is you just open up the browser, and it gives you this volume. And I have it turned down on my end so I don't feedback and echo. But yeah, it's providing 24-bit audio. If you guys want to tune into that, feel free. But yeah, really, really cool, So it's something that I want to do more and more. And let me just check one thing here. Okay, cool. So it looks like 2 or 3 of you are on, so that's cool. So let me know if it looks or sounds okay. And let me know how the delay is as well. Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome. Um, yeah. So Eric asked, "Have you used the bomblet?" I have a handful of nicer and vintage dynamics and ribbons, but no condensers. It's funny is that you pretty much can get by with what you have, but if you want a condenser, sure, there's so much you can do, like with just your dynamics and ribbons. Like I've done whole sessions without a condenser. Um, so it sounds like maybe you would have what you need for tons of stuff. It's just the most difficult thing probably to record would be vocal if you want a condenser type sound. I mean, SM7B sounds incredible for vocal. It's really hard to beat unless you get pretty expensive in the condenser range. The launcher by Soyuz was made for that mic, and it really, I don't know, it just makes it sound more complete, like more authoritative, better high end. So I think that's a definite upgrade. If you have dynamic mics, you can upgrade a lot of different stuff. Uh, I've heard benefits on a lot of different mics through the launcher. So it's a great hack. Yeah, I haven't tried the M160 yet. As far as the bomblet goes, it's a really nice mic. It has just a very forgiving sound. It's just enough color, but it's not too much. You would think that it sounds bright, but it's not. It's you go to overheads and it's not too bright. It's actually almost a little dark and kind of smoky flavored. It's really nice. So I don't know. I think maybe positioning. But I've tried it on some vocals, and it's like, wow, like any brighter, and I would maybe have to change a mic. But at the same time, it's not a bright mic, so I think maybe it was a position thing. So it's one of those mics that it's almost like the SM7B for condensers. Like I've just never had it sound bad. I mean, you put the mic on a guitar cab, and the bomblet sounds great. You put it on overhead, sounds great. You put it on vocals, sounds great. I've never had it sound bad. Um, you know, Yeah, so yeah, check out that launcher, dude. I mean, check out the launcher, use a pop screen with SM7B. I think that'll get you a long way. It really will. And you can use it to upgrade a lot of the other mics too. Like I've noticed that the M201 by Barry Dynamic, that sounds noticeably better with the launcher. I haven't used a whole lot of 57s with it, but then again, I'm using like other mics too. But um and I want to say, Eric, if you go to the Soyuz website and put in the code CSL, I believe you'll get 10% off, I want to say. I forget, but I think that's what it is. It might be CSL or CSL10. But you can buy it with a little bit of a discount. But yeah, I think that's a great way to get the most out of your mic. Okay, so I'm gonna goof off a little bit here. Let me see what we have. And for those of you listening to the AudioMovers stream, let me know how the balance sounds between my mic and the DAW audio. I have a side chain to my mic so that the mic doesn't play the audio. Gotta check something real quick. Check. Trying to see. Check. Okay. I seem to be getting some echo from the feed, but I don't understand where it's coming from exactly. Check. Okay. So I guess the AudioMovers isn't actually muted. If you turn the slider all the way down, you actually have to hit the volume bar. Okay, I think that's fixed. Sorry about that. So, yeah, let me know about the balance between the music and my mic. But here we go.
Good to go.
If you cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh, I smile. Yeah, you think I don't even notice, but I'm right here. I notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But
yeah, so I've been doing this mix of free plugins and stuff, and Um, man, I'm really just really pleased with how many great options there are um, with tools. Let me check everything. Okay, sweet, sweet, awesome. Yeah, so I actually just decided to get dreads because I wanted to kind of challenge myself and remind myself of the daily kind of new chance to reinvent myself and to, I don't know, it's like each day is a trial kind of thing. I just wanted to kind of push and challenge like what I thought of myself, because when I thought of the idea, I'm like, oh no, like I couldn't do that. And so then that's kind of why I did it. you know? Okay. And since then, I've learned that, like, okay, like maybe, like, if you don't think that you're that kind of guy, or you're that level, or you're good enough or whatever, maybe that's the reason why you should just do it, right? Like, if something really scares you, that's why you should do it. Okay.
If you cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh, I smile. Yeah, you think I don't even notice, but notice I tied myself to you.
Yeah, somebody was talking, Chaz. He was talking about using a big muff on kick, but I wonder. I wonder if, like, this isn't no longer free plugin territory, but I don't know if Plugin Alliance has a. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out later. I'm sure somebody's got to do a plugin of that, but so yeah, I was just kind of messing around with the saturation on the kick. Got tons of stuff here. I mean, a lot of stuff. My gosh. Like, seriously, I wish there was just a way to click. Because when I audition plugins, it really builds up. So the vocal compressor, I think if I just, no. If I, there we go. If I control drag, but even the drag motion is kind of awkward. It's like, I gotta like whip it out of there. It's just overwhelming how much crap is on everything here. Yeah, polarizer. I was experimenting with the Lewitt. That's designed for the mic, but hey, if you got a left and right channel and you send to it, what do you get? It's kind of an interesting question. Okay, cool. Let's check the chat, see how we're doing. Awesome. Yeah, so this overhead setup is actually really, really nice. It's probably the nicest pair of overheads I've ever gotten to use. It's the mic that I own. That's the Signal Art 47, um, made by Chad Kelly. And then I convinced my studio friend across town here, Garrett Derhofer over at Studio 412, to get the same mic because he loved the sound of it. I'm like, dude, if we get the same one, we can have a pair. And so we have a pair of these, and it's like a Glenn Johns kind of thing. Just because the channel count of everybody in the room, it's just a lot of channels all at once. This was actually a live stream, and yeah, it was kind of a minimalist setup, I guess. But yeah, that's a Glenn Johns setup with these two like 47 clones, Signal Art. So very, very cool kind of sound. Here, let me listen. One kind of good thing is to like listen to each of them and just evaluate. Like it's not going to be as impressive like on its own, but you know, you just gotta listen. So let's maybe find a different spot. I don't know if you hear that low end there, but it's just it's almost like it's very punchy, you know? There's something about that it sounds very alive and it kind of jumps out of the speakers. I don't know. It almost sounds like you're in the room. Like you can hear the detail. Like there's a big range. You can hear the snare. It jumps out at you, but then you hear the kick. It's kind of low, and you still hear the detail of the kick. You know, it's hard to describe what I'm hearing, but you can tell it's a nice mic. I don't know. It's almost like it's not missing a whole lot, is what I'm saying. It just sounds very, very full and very direct, like almost like a close mic. Here's the other one. I believe this is the one on the side, perhaps. We'll have to hear. Yeah, so we can really hear like everything there. Um, nothing is going to waste. Like, we can hear the low end, we can hear the snare. It's really punchy. Let's go back to the other one now that I've adjusted the volume. Okay, so I was letting it play there just a little bit. You know, the longer you listen to something, the more obvious the differences are. But that's the difference between the two mics. And then we can give them a little bit.
Myself to you. But you've been hiding. I only wish you knew that.
Okay, so that was kind of a breakdown of some of the sounds of the drums. I think this kick was probably an RE20 with the kick pad. The snare top and bottom, I believe, were both a RE20. So awesome. Yeah. So your Junkie 35 says stuff like this. It really helps noobs like myself. Yeah, glad it can help. So yeah, it kind of feels weird, or like I don't exactly know. Like, okay, is this boring? Is this good? But yeah, sometimes like just to know like what does a kick sound soloed, right? And then how does it contribute to the whole mix? Like that's kind of it's kind of tricky, right? I mean, this does not sound necessarily that great. You know? In fact, is this doing anything? Okay, here's it raw. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. There's something cool about an LA2A on certain things, and it's so slow that it causes a articulation of kick and snare. Yeah, it seems like a really weird choice, but it works. Like the LA3A of UAD is the exact opposite. In fact, I'll show you on snare. Let's see here. Snare is a good one. And I used to use this all the time. I love this compressor on snare. It just makes it fat. And then I'll put the LA2A, and I want to show you the difference in the attack time. So that's obviously no compression when this orange button is lit up. That's bypass. And this is with compression. In the mix. So it kind of has like that, like old, like distorted snare drum kind of sample, like that boom bap, hip hop kind of thing. And just to keep things apples to apples, we're using legacy plugins from UAD. Okay, same era plugins here. Let's go with their LA2A. And I used to do this all the time, depending on what I wanted. If I wanted attack, I'd go with the optical. If I wanted to like fatten it up and like smear over the transient, I would go with the optical, but solid state, I should say. Okay, so I think you get the point. This one has more attack. Okay, once more, just real quick. First the LA2A, then the LA3A. LA3A. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. That's where I learned this trick from, is just between these two plugins, I kind of got to know them. And I realized, well, this could actually work as a nice kick compressor. You know, kick compression is weird because it's hard to hear. Like, this is one of those things where you hear it soloed, it's a totally different story, and it's part of a mix. So what you do is you kind of, you learn what the plugins are doing. It's okay to do it soloed, but you really have no idea what it's doing in the context of the mix, because it's kind of hard to hear. So, you know, goof off soloed, but always take it out. And now let's listen. I think it'll be easier to hear the difference between wet and dry in the context of the mix. Let me turn back on this top end boost that I had. There we go.
You cry, oh, I cry. You smile, oh, I smile. Yeah, you think I don't even notice, but I'm right here. Yeah, you got to notice. I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding. I don't know your name to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But you've been
Yeah, I need to gain match these just a little bit better. I guess this is actually what we're doing. So if we're only doing 2 or 3, we can actually go by this number here, which is kind of nice.
You cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh, I smile. Yeah, you think I don't even notice, but I'm right here. Yeah, you got to notice. I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad. I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you.
Yeah, so it's basically just a really consistent kick at that point. Let me see what else I've been playing around with here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a good reverb. Let's see. Yeah, let's try that dB thing. Let's see how this goes.
I laugh if you follow. I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you.
Yeah, so I mean either one would work. So yeah. I don't know what to say to that. Hey, Uruguay, cool, good to see you. Poland, awesome. Okay, so let's mess around with this snare a little bit. Let's try this again on the snare, see what it does. So the DBX compression, I don't know about the VU version, but the DBX compression is known for its soft knee. So you'll see like the 160X, the 160X3, the 160A, it all has that soft knee button. And then on the 903s and on, well, it used to be behind me here, but the 163X, 163A, and the 163 wood sides, they all have soft knee compression. So it's all very, very gentle compression. And, you know, it sounds great. Like, that's why it's very easy to set, is it very slowly gets up to the ratio that you have it set. Now, I don't know if this is really soft knee or not, but if you get into a compressor where, you know, you have no idea how to set it, right? Like, let's take like this one. Like, how in the world do you even start, right? So, first of all, what I see right away is the detector input. So, if we want a 1176, we'd go with the feedback. And it's kind of weird, but it goes through the compressor first, and then it goes to trigger the compressor. But if we want a DBX style compressor, then we could do just the input. It's literally just a split. So this would be called feed forward. And then the knee size, we'd set it pretty high, right? To be honest, I don't even know. Let's say 20 dB. Why not? And let's assume that we're not going to get all the perfect, frequencies, to the side to the detector, right? Like maybe it's like some beat up piece of junk that we found at a pawn shop. So let's say that it doesn't have all the low end that it should, and it almost sounds like a telephone. So let's kind of chop some of the highs as well. So, and let's say maybe, yeah, I don't know. Let's say right in there. Let's see what this sounds like. This should be kind of like a DBX compressor, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that, like a 160X kind of sound. I don't know that that's a great sound, though, but at least on this compressor, it seems a little bit grabby. Yeah, that right there would be the 903, A little bit of attack, soft knee, some ratio. But, I mean, that right there would be a way to replicate a piece of hardware. You want some attack to get through. You don't want to kill it like the LA3A that I mentioned. The big thing is the soft knee and the feed forward compression. And then let's say feedback. Let's say we want to do 1176. Well, it's like what? Like 80 microseconds to 800, I think. So we're looking at like less than 0.1 up to like 0.8 on the attack, which is ridiculous. And then a pretty wide swing of release. Knee size, it kind of depends on the ratio. In fact, all of these kind of depend on the ratio. But, let's just take it about there. I don't even know how to set this. But let's just see the difference. Yeah, and to me that sounds like an 1176, It's more aggressive. It's got that kind of that what is this? Sure, this will work. It's got that kind of aggressive sound to it. Okay. Now with the free compressor. See? So you just got to know a little bit on how the gear works, but kind of what I've been exploring is how to bridge the gap between these two. I mean, this is just it's like, what do you do with this? What do you do with these sliders, right? Like, where do you even set these things? And if you just think about, okay, how exactly does the compressor work? And how does it really, how does that affect the sound, right? Let's try a little bit higher knee size. Okay, now low knee size, high ratio. yeah, it's like barely doing anything, and it's hard to hear, because it's only like doing something for like a quick, 10 milliseconds at most. Increase the knee size. It starts to pick up the kick a little more. There's other things that are getting affected. You get more character that way. Usually, as the ratio increases, let me just kind of show you. So high ratio, it looks like this. And then low ratio, and this one actually kind of moves in as you lower the ratio and starts to look like this. And you can see this, like if you go to a plugin, check out when the compression starts happening. It'll start happening at different spots. I think they might have actually calibrated this to to avoid that effect, because it's kind of a side effect that's annoying to some people. I know the UAD does it where you have to constantly kind of like babysit it. So small. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, whatever. Maybe this isn't the right source. Maybe vocal is a better example to show this on. But yeah, so the knee size will get, larger and larger. I'm sorry, smaller and smaller. It'll be more precise, only getting the tops when you go up in ratio. So going back to this, we can use that to our advantage. Okay, where do I set this at? Well, traditionally, it might be set over here somewhere. If this ratio is here, then we'd need a little bit larger knee. If it's higher ratio, we'd need a little bit smaller knee. Just something to keep in mind, I guess.
I'm out here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding line. I don't know your name.
Not sure what this compressor is really doing.
I don't even notice, but I'm out here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you.
Oh, it's sidechained to something, to snare. I'm trying to take off the snare. Let's see that.
Smile, yeah, you think I don't even notice, but I'm out here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding line. I don't know your name. If you cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh, I smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm out here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight.
I think I was trying to get some of that snare bleed out of the vocal mic, almost like a kick and bass guitar trick. I don't know if it worked or not, to be honest.
You cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh, I smile. Yeah, you think I don't even notice, but I'm right here. Yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean.
Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, that's interesting. So I split it by frequency, so it's only compressing the lows for the snare. So I split it, add the compressor to just that. Okay.
Howdy line. I don't know your name. I cry if you smile. Oh, I smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm out here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you.
Yeah, the snare definitely has less low end in the vocal mic, so yeah, I guess that worked. Then I added this free plugin here, a crowd-funded plugin, I really should say. Man, like I love people like this, right? They're over on Patreon. Go check them out. Analog Obsession, also Air Windows. I'm sure there's others, but this is meant for like maybe a bus compressor. But hey, single channel, it sounds great.
I cry if you smile. Oh, I smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you.
So continuing that discussion of the knee, I'm going with the high ratio here because I don't want to compress and make all that bleed any worse, right? So if I go with a low compression, I'll be compressing the vocal, but I'll also be doing a lot of stuff, a lot of compression to everything else. Watch the meters.
If you cry, oh, I cry.
Okay. Watch this. I'll probably be a greater degree of separation if I go with the high ratio.
If you cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh.
Okay. Once again, let's go back into 1.5. Yeah, it's hanging out at 4 dB of reduction just with the bleed. That's at low ratio, which is a large knee. Here's a higher ratio, which naturally gets to be sharper knee. So yeah, we're not compressing all that stuff. We're not, I guess, making it worse. And therefore, you could actually argue that like compressing the vocal is just going to turn it down, which makes it closer to the noise floor. So I don't know how you want to argue that, but what I'm trying to do is just treat the stuff that's actually the source, the vocal.
Smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you.
Yeah, so this is a Dragonfly room.
Smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself.
I mean, it sounds great. It's a free reverb that you can go find on the internet. Everything that I use, I try to verify that it is both PC and Mac, and it's not just some promotion that lasts 1 week. I really try to make sure that it's going to be around for a while and that everybody can use them. So definitely go check it out. The other one is the River one, the Olis River or whatever, with the guy's name. No, Dennis. Yeah, this one. This one sounds brighter, and the Dragonfly sounds warmer. So, it's kind of like this one is more of like a stone flavor, better for, I don't know, like longer things, horns, maybe vocals. But in general, it just has a texture that seems to be a bit lighter on the low end. And the Dragonfly naturally wants to sound dark. But I don't know, maybe that's just my settings that I saved as kind of my default settings, and I'm telling you this stuff. But yeah, so let's do this into effects 2. I'll go ahead and take this out for now.
I cry if you smile, I smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh.
Yeah, you see, even if I raise the low end, it's still not really that. I mean, it's a little muddy, but it's not nearly as muddy as the Dragonfly. And so, like, I like the warm verbs. I think they're essential. The short, warm kind of spaces, I think, are really important. Looking for this. Here we go. Here's the Dragonfly Hall.
I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the.
It's probably a bit long for what we need, but let's go back to this.
The ocean, mama, tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding. I don't know your name. Right here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you.
Yeah, it's a really nice, smooth sounding reverb. I mean, there's not much to complain about in there.
If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you.
Somebody asked online, how do you make a vocal 3D? I don't know. I think it was kind of like, I don't know if it was like an audio engineering shitpost group thing, where you just post like all the smart ass questions, weird questions people ask. But I really think to make it sound 3D, you got to have a short verb, and then it just comes alive.
But you've been hiding. I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. Right here, yeah. You got to notice I tied myself to you. Smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but
one thing you can do is you can compress before that, right? So let's go with No, no, no. Okay, where is it? Some of these things I don't even know like the names. It's just so many. Well, whatever. I can't I can't find what I'm looking for. Um let's go with that la la thing. L. Where is it? There we go. That makes way more sense. I'm on the right person. So limit, let's just limit this going into this reverb bus.
You cry, oh, I cry if you smile, oh, I smile, yeah. You think I don't even notice, but I'm right here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you.
Okay, so I'm going before the reverb just to get it super consistent.
If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean, mama. Tied myself up tight to you.
Yeah, and there we go. You know, like we can feather it real low in the mix where it's almost not audible. And because we have that compression going, we're not compressing the reverb necessarily, although we could, you know, if we want to. But that way we get it nice and consistent for our effects. Ah, Colin or colon? Let me try that one here.
But you've been hiding. I don't know your name.
Oh yeah, this one's cool. I haven't messed with this one so much. Let's see what this one sounds like.
Right here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean, mama. Tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding line, tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds great. It's got like this kind of creamy mid vibe to it.
And cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean, mama. Tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding line. I don't even notice. I'm right here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean, mama. Tied myself up tight to you. Oh, I fall, yeah. You hurt bad, I'm bent and broken, cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean, mama. Tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding line. I don't know your name.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try it on bass. See, I've been using this. And Decoreka by Air Windows. So I don't know. I don't know what this thing was even doing, to be honest.
More to do, you give it to me straight. You don't gotta hide the truth.
But you know, it'd be awesome on this is the get some saturation going. Well, that didn't do a whole lot. Let's try that 2-tape. Yeah. Okay, so boost the input, turn it all the way up, kind of. Okay, let's see how that sounds in the mix.
Stop pretending this won't be the ending. It's just a little price I pay. If you will, oh, I will. If you won't, no, I won't. Yeah, I'm tired of talking to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight. You don't gotta hide the truth. But stop pretending this won't be the end.
So I'm trying to get most of the way there with saturation. I mean, it's like one of the hardest things to really get right is bass guitar in a mix. And I think a lot of it has to do with just like the right layering of saturation and compression and all that. So let's try this on or underneath this here. So we have this going into the Very I don't even know what this would exactly be emulating, but let's have a listen.
If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight to you. But you've been hiding. I don't know your name. Lonely, I love you only. I only wish you knew the same. Stop pretending this won't be the ending. It's just a little price. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you follow.
Okay, that's a little tricky. It wasn't even on at first. Let me just save that. Save as default. That way it won't happen again. Okay. See, that's a good line right there to test how it works, I think.
Notice, but I'm right here, yeah, you got to notice I tied myself to you. I don't know your name. Lonely, I love you only. I only wish you knew the same. Stop pretending this won't be the ending. It's just a little price I pay.
Yeah, I mean the bass might be a little too big, but I mean that's pretty ballsy. That sounds great. I mean, might take up too much space in the mix, but whatever. We'll worry about that later. Let's move on to something else. Oh yeah, that bass sounds great. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want a room sound though. I just need something. I kind of need that dragonfly room is what I need, or the early reflections. Yeah, so I'm just trying to even that out a bit. There's a kind of a wide variety of sounds he goes through in just that song.
I love you only. I only wish you knew the same. Stop pretending this won't be the ending. It's just a little price I pay. Stop pretending this won't be the ending. It's just a little price I pay. You will, oh, I will if you want. No, I won't. Yeah, I'm tied to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight. You don't gotta hide the truth. But you did hide it. I don't know your.
Yeah, it's hard to get it out of this keyboard sounding thing. I mean, I think it's a Nord, so it's got some great patches, but that definitely sounds like a keyboard, piano, fake thing, you know?
Lonely.
Yeah, the organ patch is great, but it's just that piano sound.
If you will, oh, I will if you want. No, I won't. Yeah, I'm tied to.
Yeah, this guitar is not doing it for me. It's just like, what is going on? Snare? I'm taking that out too? Okay. Yeah, it's like the attack is too slow.
Yeah, I'm tied to you. I just.
Oh. It'd help if there was at least some sort of compression on it, right? What is this thing called? Brit presser? Yeah.
I don't know your name.
Yeah, so it's amazing how many benefits there are now, right? Like, if you ever want to be sure that you're not overdoing it, you just go wet dry, you know? Like, it's amazing how many like safeties there's like built in. Because I mean, I could commit and go full wet, but it's like, you know, I don't know. Like, he changes sounds a bit on this key part.
You will, oh, I will if you want, no, I won't, yeah. I'm tied up tight to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth. But you did hide it. I don't know.
I know what it is. It's that super low end that's like down at 100 hertz coming out of that instrument. It just shouldn't be there, you know? This capacitor sounds cool.
But you did. Real if you want, no, I won't, yeah. I'm tied up tight to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth. But you did hide it. I don't know your name. Your name. Only wish you knew the same. Rules and I'm feeling it too. Yeah, I can.
Such a good little part. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about this. I'm just kind of goofing off, you know, but yeah, questions or ideas or anything, yeah, let me know. So check out the chat here. Oh, nice, cool, yeah. Yeah, the channel V. Like, I really like that plugin. It's got a lot packed into it. It's the Analog Obsession channel V, and starts out with a preamp kind of thing with just some EQ at the beginning, a de-esser, which can be handy. Then the EQ again, then compressor, then limiter. So it's very, very layered, which is great. TO1, where's TO? Okay, tape. L64, C64. Okay, yeah, so it's signal path is what I would expect it to be, right? Cool. I don't even know where I put that in. Did I put it on overhead? Should probably take that off.
Just a little price I pay. You will, I will if you want, no, I won't, yeah. Out to you, wish that do you give it to me straight? You don't gotta have the truth. But
Trying to figure out where that snare is coming from in the room, but not exactly worried about it. It's just, it's there for sure, but doesn't really bother me. Now, what's interesting is the vocal is actually through a PA, a very loud PA. Doesn't sound like it, but it's really loud. Like almost to the point of feeding back. I'll find a spot between songs and I'll show you what I mean, but maybe add some attack to this kick first.
only wish you knew the same. Stop pretending this won't be.
You know what it needs? It really needs an aggressive EQ. That's not going to work. We need... What is it called? No. It's just Brit channel. Okay. I guess I'm confusing that with channel V, so. But this is what I need right here. Just like that.
A little price I pay.
This low end seems like it's just running away from me. Like, I don't know if I'm just overdriving it too much in too many places or what, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, that sounds like barely any low end, and then in the mix. Yeah, it might have been some sort of tape thing or something. I don't know.
You will, oh, I will if you want, no, I won't, yeah. I'm tied up tight to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide.
Okay, so it's overdriving over here, so I know that I'm clear of that area, so should be okay there.
I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth.
I don't know. I think what it is that the bass is sustaining just a little bit. You know, I know that somebody made a free gate somewhere. Oh. Yeah, the Riga gate is free. Kakos, there we go. Let me clean this bass guitar up just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm tied up tight to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth.
I actually love the DBX 904 for this purpose. That's the hardware gate. You can actually get them for like under $50 a lot of times, and they sound amazing. But just, you know, mixing with plugins here. I'll try this here.
Been with you out to the edge of the world. If you will, oh, I will if you won't, no, I won't, yeah. I'm tied up tight to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth. But you've been hiding line. I don't know your name. Stop pretending.
Yeah, that fixed the problem. Yeah. So now I don't have to high pass. So, you know, I use dynamics instead of EQ. It's like one of those things. If you can do it, because then you're not adding a bunch of phase shift and all that. So here I was able to take this out and just clean up the low end with dynamics. Now, obviously this can mess up your attack, but I mean, it seems to be doing okay. For whatever reason, it works. Sometimes this is terrible. It just sucks so bad. And I might even like do kind of one of these things where it's like half and half, wet, dry. But yeah. And this, I don't know why they have a noise thing, but it literally is just white noise. So who knows why.
I love you only. I only wish you knew. the same. Stop. Won't, yeah,
So what I'm kind of doing there is simulating like a gate that doesn't completely turn it down all the way. So I'm just trying to mix in some dry into that wet, just to kind of ease up on that aggressive gate.
I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth.
That's really cool. This positive hysteresis here. you know, uh, Never tried that, but that actually that works really well. So what we're doing here is it's kind of like a thermostat, right? Like temperature on a heater. Let's say this is a thermostat. Temperature goes up when the heat turns on, then it reaches a point and it turns off. So it's like, how low does the temperature go before the heat turns on again? And then up there it is, okay, and then it raises it back up again. So it's kind of like a swing window. What we're doing is telling it basically in the positive numbers. So we're saying, okay, open, but don't open for much anything else. I don't know how this works, to be honest, but it seemed to clean up some of the mud and the kind of stuff going on.
If you will, oh, I will. If you won't, no, I won't. Yeah, I'm tied up tied to you. I just. I won't, yeah. I'm tied to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth. But you've been hiding, I don't know your name. I only wish you knew the same. I love you only. I only wish you knew the same. This won't be. It's just as I pay. If you will. If you will, oh, I will. If you won't, no, I won't. Yeah, I'm tied to you. I just wish there was more to do. You give it to me straight, you don't gotta hide the truth. But you be.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just kind of playing around with the mix here. I mean, I'm just kind of doing some different things. A lot of these plugins don't cost anything at all. So Well, cool, guys. I think I need to wrap it up here, but yeah, let me know if you have any ideas for future streams. You have to check out Variety of Sound. I don't know if I've done much of them. Okay, cool. Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and just play the track. I mean, the mix is not nowhere near done. It's just kind of me goofing off, but I'll play the track start to finish. Then I'll do kind of a nice fade to black, and that'll be the end of the stream. So I gotta get going here. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me today. Very cool to have you here, get your feedback. Don't forget, if you want to get any of the courses that I have, 80% off, code Black Friday over at creativesoundlab.tv. Okay, well, here's the track that we messed around with today. See you next time.
You cry, oh, I cry. If you smile, oh, I smile. Yeah, you think I don't even notice, but I'm right here. Yeah, you got to notice. I tied myself to you. If you laugh, oh, I laugh. If you fall, oh, I fall. Yeah, you hurt bad, I'm bent and broken. Cry 2 tears and I feel the ocean. Mama, tied myself up tight.